Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm your most favorite Andre. You might recognize my face from the streams that we did before. And I'm the Indie Expo guy. I'm taking care of this year's Devcom 2024 NRW Indie Expo. But as you also know, this show is not about me, but it's about the great teams and the great developers that we bring every year from all over the world to Cologne to showcase their prototypes. And today with me in the studio is not only Flips, which you also might know already, our power gaming legend, but also Dan.
Hello.
From Bossa Studios.
Hello. There we go.
And you brought a game with you.
Yes, yeah. So we're here with Towering. We're Bossa Studios.
Right. Did I say Bossa Studios?
You did. I almost got a promotion to my own studio for a second there.
I was trying to read the studio name from your shirt again. No, it's Bossa Studio, obviously. Yep. And Dan is called Brewer with his last name. Yep. But the game is Towering, and we are jumping right into it, I would say.
Yeah, so what we've got here is a prototype we've made in, I think it was 4 days with 4 programmers. So a little bit rough around the edges, but we're going to take you through kind of a rough tutorial of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off and just answer the phone.
That's a good thing.
The ringing noise is certainly there. So we're here for the mandatory training exercise that all Towerings must go through.
And as you can see, as we have a different setup right now, it's a multiplayer game because the two of you playing in not local multiplayer, but online multiplayer.
Yeah, we're online only, which also causes some technical issues.
Which is a great challenge at an expo situation, I can tell you. But we did our best to manage, and it looks that it's working right now.
Yep, we're looking good. So what we're going to do, the idea of Towering is a physics-based sandbox building and platforming game.
Nice.
So the core concept of the game is we want to take these pieces of junk, we want to use our gravity guns or ultra hands or whatever non-copyrighted term we've got for this kind of thing, and we wanted to start building junk on top of each other to make a tower to get to the top of that towering stack over there.
Okay.
All right, so that's the objective. So basic controls, we've got dual sticks, one for running around, one for looking, and the gravity gun is on right trigger. So you tap it once when looking at a grey object to pick it up, move it around and tap it again, and to let go.
You're playing competitive against each other, or you're playing together?
No, Bossa is all about cooperation, man.
Okay.
It's about working as a team.
Yes.
So what we want to do is we can have some cool things where I could be on an object or on top over here, and you can start passing me stuff. We can start helping each other out.
Okay.
It's super useful. So I'm going to recommend we start off with the cuboid objects because I'm a bit of a scrub, and I like to have things easy to start off with. So we're going to start with this one. And we're going to start just building up next to this tower, using that as like a physics resting post.
That makes sense. Okay, so we'll just figure out which are stable objects and stack them up.
So this giant object here is my most hated object. It's not cuboid at all. It's got lots of horrible angles. We're going to put that to one side and save that for later.
Seriously nice.
Looks like you brought some fans in the chat already. Andy Animation is there and saying,
no.
Dan.
Oh, man.
Greetings, Andy.
If you could just ban all the Bossa people from the chat,
just a
that'd be lovely. Thank you.
And you can rotate these. Okay.
Yes, the controls for that are holding down the left trigger and moving the left stick around.
Gotcha.
What engine are you using? What is this?
So this is Unity-based.
Yeah.
We are, I think, using Unity's PhysX engine. We're professionals at using this engine. We have lots of physics-based game. We worked on Surgeon Simulator.
I Am
Bread, I Am Fish, I Am Anything, basically, that's physics-based.
I'm Dan.
I'm Dan. That's the next time. I can't talk about that yet. NDA.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No
we're also
word from
working
you.
on Lost Skies, which is our title that's actually getting announced tonight. So I'm going to name drop that on stream and get promotion, hopefully, when I get back.
Yeah.
Watch out for that. That's super cool. But again, like physics-based as well, right?
Yeah, that's your word.
That stuff. So as soon as we saw the concept for this, a lot of people got very excited and thought, yes, this is very Bossa, very physicsy. So this is looking good.
How many people can play on at the same time?
At the moment, our prototype, I think we've limited it to 4, but we're not sure yet, right? This is really early. This is a very early concept. We're talking to publishers about getting funding for the project and trying to work out what's the direction of the game, what's the scope of the game. So it could stretch to... I'm looking at my lead developer over there. Stretched to 90 players, and he's shaking his head.
Whoa.
Probably 12. I don't know. I think so.
So, is there anything we can do to make this more stable as we're building it?
Yeah, it looks a little bit unstable.
It's good. I think the best thing you can try and do is when you've got objects next to each other, you see one's gone yellow.
Yeah.
If I hold down the right trigger, that will weld the two objects together. You'll see like a blob. And that's kind of like the Ultra Hand from Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Where you can start to mash stuff together.
Sorry, what's the button for that?
So if you RT to pick it up, hold it next to something so it turns yellow,
Yeah.
and then hold down right trigger again until it sticks.
Right trigger. Oh,
there you go.
we
You got it.
Oh.
Ah.
So you've made a cool little platform there we
Yes.
can jump on and get to. So that's why I say it's a platforming and building game, right?
Yeah.
Because you're making something that you're climbing up yourself, right? So it's got to be good.
Right. And our goal for now is get to the
Yeah,
spaceship.
we've got to try and get up. So if you can jump to the top of there, I'm going to try and watch you and not laugh. I'm going to grab a cool little thing to
There
grab
we
for
go.
you. So once you're up there, if you look over here, try and grab that. I'll let go, and now it's all yours.
Amazing. Okay.
Ah,
let's see.
wow.
It's true cooperation
Yeah.
right there.
I think this needs a little bit of turning.
So just remember to stick it, otherwise
stick-
it will fall down and we'll all be sad.
Oh. Turn.
I think the one you're standing on isn't stuck down, so.
It clearly isn't.
Oh.
All right.
It's
Oh,
fun.
no.
Oh.
Right, I've stuck it just as you were falling, right?
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, well, this is worthy for the taste.
what a last
This is-
second
this
save.
is some modern art right here.
Moves,
Yeah.
Incredible.
So we'll keep going. I think we're almost there to the next section.
Whoop, come on.
So I'm going to hold this ready for you and judge you whilst you jump. There you go.
I
Nice.
got it.
So if you plonk that somewhere near your feet so you can jump on it and get to the next section.
But there's still something that needs to be glued together, I think.
Oh,
Because
no,
it,
come on.
it, it,
No!
seems, it seems a little bit wobbly, the whole construction.
Yep,
No,
yep.
you're just imagining this, Andre. This is extremely stable. I can tell.
Safe.
It is completely
As your personal
sane.
safety instructor, I'm just afraid of your health.
It's fine. I wear a helmet.
On you.
So everything in the game is physics-based, so even the characters themselves. So as you jump on that tower,
Yeah.
you are wobbling that tower, right?
There we go.
Yes.
Right, cool. So you've got to that bit. I'm going to try and hand you another cool
Maybe
bit
the
to
big
jump
one.
on.
Give me the big one.
You want the big one, right?
Give me the big one.
Can you hand? Right, here we go. Let's
And
give
how
it a
long
go.
was this prototype in development? What did you say?
So
Okay,
this
got
was
it.
a very long development of 4 days. Our developers are very, very good.
How many people are you at Bossa?
So I think we're about a 50-person studio.
Yeah.
We're not massive in terms of the industry, but we're a good size. And we've got loads of experienced devs that have been working on games for the last, I think, 15 to 20 years or so.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm
If
sure
I get that wrong,
sure
I'm probably
this
going to
will
get
be okay.
fired. So sorry.
No worries. Rarely anyone is watching, so.
No. Oh, we were
I'm sorry,
so close.
stream. Well, that's good. So this is another one of our mechanics that you've discovered accidentally or emergently. Is we have the kind of sea of junk. If you imagine like Scrooge McDuck diving into a sea of coins, we've got the opposite for junk, right? And the idea is that the flow with towering is that you build a tower, you jump off into the sea of junk, which then give you more parts, which you can then make the tower even bigger, right?
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
And eventually what we'll have is when you jump off from a really, really high tower, we can give you really big parts or
Yeah.
really rare parts that do cool stuff and go from there.
By the way, I got an update on your job situation, Dan. You're getting fired for your earlier comment anyway. it just says.
Well, in that case, the gloves are off, right?
Nope.
Let's see what else I can grab.
If people are interested in the progress of towering and everything, what is the best way to get updates on the development? Is there a Steam page yet? Is there which social media channel it's your favorite one?
This is where my media training that I didn't get really pays off. I think probably best, we've got a Bossa Discord that's really good.
Yeah.
Or Bossa, the main website or our Twitter page. Like
Yeah.
we're really active on social media. So anywhere there's a Bossa account, just look there and
Okay,
figure it out.
so everyone who's interested in what you're seeing right now, make sure to look out for Bossa everywhere, subscribe to all their social media channels, be active in their Discord, and maybe sooner or later you get invited to play test this game as well.
Yeah, yep.
And I can tell as Flip's not saying anything, it looks like he's really, really busy
It's
and
concentration,
immersed into,
yeah,
I like it.
into the game, which is a good sign.
I mean, if there's like physics-based shenanigans and I get to jump on things, what is not to
See.
love?
this is good.
We brought the right person
Oh,
here to this
for sure.
little towering adventure.
I think if you can get that
exactly
one
my
just
jam.
right, you'll be able to jump up to the last section. But it's precarious.
It's turning. It's twisting.
If you glue it,
doing
I
its
think you'll
thing.
be all right.
Nope.
Oh no.
That's not how it worked.
Oh no.
Oh!
Let's see if I can pass it up to you, maybe.
It's A
Is
lovely
there a
little
limit on
creation.
the stuff that you are able to lift with your non-trademarked mark gravity something?
Gravity something. I think there is at the moment. We simulate all of the materials. So the big objects are really heavy.
Yeah.
The small objects are light. And I think we kind of average out the weights as you connect them together. Eventually, for the main game, I'm interested in giving the player like different unlocked gravity guns. You might have a really rubbish one to start with, right? They can only lift up wheelbarrows and boxes. And maybe you get to the size where you can start lifting up skyscrapers, right? Start smashing stuff together and really playing with scale at that point.
I think I'll need another bit.
You want another bit? Let's have a look. What do we
Barely
got?
under jumping height here.
Well, you can't glue anything to the original tower, I guess. That is the
Yeah,
challenge.
for this demo, we've got our kind of like training tower, which are like stabilizers, right? Literally stabilizers for a tower. There we go. That was good. And it's just enough that we can kind of start you off building stuff without having to worry about a complete freeform tower.
Yeah.
But I would love to get to the point where we can have physics stabled and controlled enough that you can build a freeform tower, but we'll see how it goes. All right, you're going to make it to the top?
I don't know. I didn't get to glue this one down.
Oh, looking good.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah.
There you go.
Jump
So
for junk.
the phone is ringing. I'm going to go answer it. And if you keep looking out, you'll see the next tower
Oh
is
boy.
born in.
Yeah.
And that's an even bigger challenge.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
So this is the demo we've been running at our booth today. We've had people get up to the third tower, which is really big, but nobody's completed the whole thing yet. That's mostly because this was made by our programmers. And I'm sorry, guys, you are rubbish at difficulty balancing. You are mean. You hate players. Sorry, but it's true.
Always the same.
IVX44. The game looks like it could be so much fun chaos with friends. Absolutely. And I mean, it's just two people right now, which seem to have quite a lot of fun.
We have a lot of cooperative spirit, I think.
I'm behaving, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You might get the
I
odd
know
troll
some-
pop in and maybe start to mess some stuff up. Bruno, particularly, is
Exactly.
violent for.
Well, I
throwing
can
stuff around.
imagine a certain type of people that would be horrible to play this with.
Yep.
As in incredibly fun for them.
It's the kind of people that would airstrike you in Helldivers just for fun, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, there's a button to press. Why not press the button? You know?
So what I can do
Are you
is,
planning airstrikes for this game? And
Well-
if not, can you please plan airstrikes for this game?
I think like most developers in the industry, I've played Helldivers and I like it. And the idea of like being able to drop stuff in from space is super cool. But
Right.
for us, like airstrikes aren't quite right. But if you could drop in, I don't know, a cool foundation or a really big block,
Exactly.
you know, that's really cool.
I mean, some kind of airstrike is happening when you jump into the junk pool.
It's true.
Yep.
Here we go.
So I'm gonna try and get
This
some.
is
There
the
Yoo-hoo!
spirit of recycling.
Nice.
we go.
Reuse this big chunk.
So we can start to build on our second tower over here. Oh, we're doing
Are
well.
there still assets left in the asset store after you
No comment, I think I was told to say, right? So obviously for 4 days,
there's-
we raided that
Lodge
asset
that
store.
in here. I see that this is lodgeable. I see a lodgeable object.
That's
when I
good.
spot
This is
one.
very minimalist, this tower. You've gone for
Right.
just the bare essentials
yeah,
of
of
what you need
course.
to do. I
Okay,
like it.
so you're already on
There we
the,
go.
working on the second tower then.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think this one will be lodge based.
I'm going to try and give you some difficult objects now. Just to test.
So let's see if my first well does anything, or if this is all. Yep. Goodbye.
All right, I'm going to lift this giant boulder up for you. There
Oh
you go.
wow.
Do you have something less giant?
Let's try. Yeah, let's have a look. I might need to jump up the tower and get some more, actually. This one could work. It's a nice little something.
Oh, I don't know what we have created, but
Feels like some Jedi magic is going on here.
yeah, I'll take that.
There you go. Cool.
This is the object that I thought was lodgeable, but it unlodged itself.
So I'm going to try and get
Let's
some
go
good
here,
stuff.
and then we turn, and then we lodge.
The force use you
Come on.
must.
There we go. That's a lodging.
I found showing this game in Germany has been really good because
Yeah.
the Germans are very good at engineering, right?
Exactly.
Hopefully.
Our two best players, I think, so far were just two German guys who sat down, very quiet, and just got on with it. Just made the most perfect tower. It was fantastic to watch.
Yeah, can you spot any cultural differences in the working order already? How much more time do you think does the game need to be finished? Another 4 days?
Whoa. Maybe no comment. I think we're probably looking maybe like a 2-year project potentially or so, or 18 months. It really depends on what our publishing deal is and what we decide the scope of the game is. Because really there's a lot of things we could do with this, or we could try and slim it down and do quite a skinny release as well.
Yes.
So
But
yeah, it depends.
Oh,
But I
we're
mean,
getting there.
the best thing that we can say, at least from me not playing right now, but seeing what's happening on the screen, the good thing is the game is the prototype is already fun.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
And I mean, if there's any tip that I want to give to aspiring developers, you should look that there is fun early in your game, because it's very hard later on to patch it on if you don't have it from the beginning.
And you don't need fancy graphics or non-asset store assets as well. Like,
Yeah.
you can make it with very simple stuff. We love prototyping at Bossa. We do lots of game jams and stuff like that to find the fun. And do you find just the simple act of passing an object to each other is...
It's so
it's really-
satisfying.
yeah, I
It's
like it.
so satisfying.
So
It's
what,
like
what I'd like is like the rest of the gadgets and tools that we make for players just have that same response. So it feels
Yeah.
nice to do stuff to each other, you know, in a constructive kind of way.
Yeah, it looks like you've worked together in a tower building company for years now as you pass over the
course,
stuff.
yeah.
And
We're old colleagues. We didn't tell you. before.
colleagues, yeah. Oh,
It is fine. I needed this to happen so I can weld the other creative stack that we created here.
solder it together now.
Exactly.
Ah, yeah.
I'm just trying to turn it around, but I think my gravity beam may not be strong enough to turn this piece.
So
Story
one thing
of
you
my
can
life,
do is you can select a piece and I can hold down X and it will detach it. So if you've welded stuff that you maybe regret, which this happens in life,
This happens in
you can
life.
detach it. It's fine.
Well then, consider yourself detached. Former regrets of my life.
Can you launch objects? Oh, what is the question? Can you launch objects? Are your friends? Could be super fun to launch a 2-ton object at someone at the top of the tower.
Super fun.
So you can't launch them yet, but you can do a cool thing. If you could jump off the tower, and I don't know if you've ever heard this on stream, but could you jump into my wheelbarrow just a second?
I mean, you're asking a very small feat
Usually-
here.
In former days, people spent a lot of money for such an attraction on a circus, but
A wheelbarrow might be too small, but you can kind of lift players up, and it's I don't know. Big breakfast? Like what's going on
for
here?
sure. Yeah, you should have seen my lunch.
Oh man.
oh,
Just a little jump.
nice.
So you can kind of play around. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a glitch at the moment, but
Yeah.
these are the kind of things we see as designers and go, actually, I really
Yeah,
like that.
of
right?
course.
Let's make a cool tool that's all about lifting players. So,
Yeah.
in answer, not yet, but it's the kind of thing we're interested in.
Okay. So
I
I
can,
need another box. Something boxy.
All right.
Oh no, and I need to.
How about a
control my
giant
camera.
lump? Does that work for you? Or?
Lump would be suboptimal at the moment.
All right, let's see if I can grab another one.
There is a box by the tower.
Okay.
I just need it
Got a
to an
skip.
accessible height. I think a skip might also topple the whole thing.
Okay, all right. Man, this guy's very picky. I think that's probably where like the airstrike stuff comes in, so you can get the specific piece you want,
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
just in case you are just tuning in to our little stream, this is Towering by Bossa Studio. It's a prototype, it's not available yet, but you can look out for Bossa Studio on all the social media channels and make sure to subscribe to the stuff to get updates and everything and get to know when Towering is making progress. I can imagine this to be super fun.
Actually,
with-
now
with
I'll
4
take the
people.
skip or
Yeah?
the big boy, whatever you got.
I've lost you under the sea of junk. Where have you
I'm
gone?
very far up.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if I can reach you. I
Wait,
might do some-
does it have any reason why the jump ship is there, just as a marker or something? Or
So we're kind of working on like the narrative behind it. I think we're looking at all these junk worlds that are covered in obviously lots of human
yeah,
rubbish,
There we go.
literally
Got
rubbish.
it.
And the idea of these spaceship and these towering crews, they're kind of like Wall-E, right? They're here to clean up
Yeah.
the planet. And the idea I think that we're going to probably roll with, I don't know yet, is the spaceship, once you're done, you're going to be able to go, get me out of here, right?
Yes.
It's time to suck up the tower. And
Yeah,
it will take
okay.
all the junk, it will convert that stuff into cash.
yeah.
And that's where you can buy, I don't know, new gravity guns or
Yeah.
new ultra hands or new copyright infringements to, for the next mission, right? So
Yes,
you can build an
yes.
even bigger tower
Nice.
and go from there.
There
Oh,
we go.
nice. You got to the top.
Yeah.
congratulations.
I'm going to show you the third tower, and you may cry a little bit because it's big.
And another call.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that.
Oh boy. Yeah.
you go.
Okay. We may be short of just building a bridge from here.
We,
There you
but
go.
what? There's a jump
Oh,
pad
There is
now.
a jump pad. So if
Yeah,
you,
where's the jump pad?
if you come over to where I am over here, you see this beautiful asset.
At least
over
you're
here.
getting some
Oh.
help.
Give that a jump, and let me know how you get on.
Hey, that's certainly helpful. Okay.
Wow.
So that'll kind of boost you up halfway up the tower if you can
Yeah.
land it correctly, which is really useful. So like, what we'd like eventually is, as you build these massive towers, you can unlock these items to speed up your platforming up the towers.
Oh, wow.
Whether it's big trampolines or
Yeah.
booster pads or grapple hook locations or whatever.
But now you can't pass something to this height. Or
Yes,
can you?
yeah.
You
So
can.
what we really need to do is build up to that point, and that will help you get back up there really quickly.
Yeah.
So we might need some more junk. I think you've got to bite the bullet, right? We've got to use these big chunguses to
Seems
start
like.
us off. I'm going to start bringing them over for you.
I'm gonna. Yeah, and we should reuse a bit of the old tower. I'm gonna assume that we don't need that again. If not, too late.
Inside, I'm thinking, oh, I
There
quite
is
needed
still
that. But
but there's also a limit to the junk. As I see, junk there's some kind of loading bar telling us how much junk is still available.
yeah. So what we can do, what we did for this prototype was there's a junk crusher, so I can switch this on,
Sure.
and I can lift in any pieces of junk that aren't quite useful for us right now.
Ah, yeah, and recycle it and get it back into the.
Also does recycle players, but you don't get any resources for that. So that's
Unfortunate.
Who doesn't love Junk Crusher 3000? Oh, okay.
So yeah, now we can really build a strong foundation of the big stuff.
beautiful.
Ah, that's the German in use.
Of
We-
course. Precision engineering
big-
of
we
any
need a big foundation for this thing.
Exactly. Yeah, this looks like a support pillar. I can see that this needs support
Yeah.
in the short term.
As we're playing this, I'm thinking the collector's edition comes with like a hard hat, right? Like a
Yes.
nice
Yeah.
big
Yes.
yellow construction.
100%.
Ah, wind could be fun. Or
Yeah.
other
Oh,
external
God.
influences. Do you have plans
Yeah.
for that?
So one of our BizDev manager was floating the idea of like different planets have different
Yeah.
conditions. So
yeah,
you can have
great.
the earthquake planet, and you're trying
Yeah.
to build on something that's constantly shaking. Windy planet is perfect.
Yeah.
And we can play things like there's gravity storms or magnetic storms that
Yeah.
maybe affect certain types of objects as well.
Great. This looks like a strong foundation.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's not judge it too harshly. This is also for artistic value.
Yep.
But the stuff always gets glued only to one other object. You can't.
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
I think as we go on, there's definitely some exploration to maybe we split the gluing out into a separate tool.
Yeah.
And that could be something like
Yeah,
you
but-
could be lifting it up, and I could be gluing it
Yeah.
in various locations.
But right now you can't not simply plaster it and glue everything together. It's part of the challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So
get
you
it.
really got to think about where
Yeah.
it's going to connect,
Yeah,
which is really
okay,
nice.
makes sense. Yeah,
Really strategic.
totally.
Well, there we go. If we have any more materials,
Oh, here we
we
go.
can make more progress.
This is a nice one,
This
I think.
isn't this is just
Ah, and there's also the height. Finally, you can see it somewhere. What's the height of the last tower? Do you know by any chance?
the height.
Yeah, the height.
I think we're at 22 meters is our max height. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. On the booth we're running, I think was it 42 is our highest so far, which is halfway up. I think this beautiful big tower here, which is pretty high.
Come on.
I'm a little bit sorry, but I have to say that we need to come to an end slowly, and I guess you won't make it until the top of the tower.
Probably not. I think that's a little out of reach for us.
Yeah.
Come over to the booth, right? We're here.
Oh, yeah.
We're here for you. If you want to
Very good.
continue your game?
Yeah, I need to get to the top of this.
Guys, Dan, it was a real pleasure
Oh,
to have
thank
you
you.
here. Spend some time with us, being able to play towering and have a good time, encountering how it works out, and that it all works so smoothly online as well.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
was a real pleasure. So for everyone watching, that was Tower Studios. Tower Studios. Oh my God! Totally
Bossa
butchered
Studios.
the name here. Bossa Studios.
Well,
the
I like
game is
Brewer Studios is
towering,
good.
and also not Brewer Studios. And this is Dan Brewer, by the way, and that is Flips, and I'm Andre. And we are going to a small break right now, and afterwards we'll be back with new amazing titles. So check out Towering. Have a good time. We'll be back soon. Thanks, everyone. Until soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.